2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40.
Let's go!
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
First down, here's Mitchell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Black open.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 7, Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. first and 10. Calhoun.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
To throw, it's Lance.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
This is caught.
And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Lance.
Going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Lance.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Off-play action, Calhoun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Calhoun dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Working from the gun, Lance.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Calhoun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Lance.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance
rolling to his right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the 49ers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Calhoun. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Calhoun. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They're going for it. Here's Madison. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
50 years. 38. Ready?
Play action. Now it's Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Mitchell. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They run over center with Mitchell. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Lance going to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Caught on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers continue to pull away here in this first half. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The Vikings send out their punter. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Calhoun. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Another run with Mitchell.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Calhoun.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw.
Down to about the 45. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
From the gun on 3rd down, Calhoun, and that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, Calhoun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, Calhoun. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside, and 2 minutes to go now in the third. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake, Calhoun. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
And Lance now to throw.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back.
Ready. Red, yellow. Ready.
Again, it's Lance. That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Shotgun now for Lance.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly went.
And across the goal line into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Trey Lance
Scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Off play action. Calhoun.
This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Calhoun. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
On the double. 52 black.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal. On play action, Lance. He'll buy some time right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. On for the point after, Corey Vedvik. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Left side, Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. Big strides, look at him go. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40. The 20. He will score. Touchdown, 49ers. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on.